Located in the ancient city of Bhubaneshwar, in the state of Odisha, India, the Parsurameswara-temple stands as a remarkable monument of Hindu architecture, dedicated to Lord Shiva. Built around the 7th century, it is one of the oldest surviving temples in the region, and marks the beginning of the prolific temple construction era in Bhubaneshwar, often referred to as the City of Temples. The Parsurameswara-temple is renowned for its intricately carved sculptures and sophisticated architecture. It is built in the Kalinga architectural style, characterized by a vimana, a vertical structure built as a tower, which is considered the temple's main sanctuary. The vimana is topped with an amalaka, a stone carved to resemble an amla, or Indian gooseberry, further crowned by a kalasa, or finely decorated stone pot. The bas-reliefs on the Parsurameswara temple depict scenes from Hindu mythology, including stories of Lord Shiva, as well as various floral and geometric motifs. These sculptures are not just decorative elements, but serve as visual storytelling that guides devotees and visitors through the teachings and legends of Hinduism. As a prototype for future temples in the region, the Parsurameswara temple played a crucial role in the evolution of Odisha's temple design, and remains a site of great archaeological and spiritual significance. Its legacy continues to inspire and attract scholars, historians, and pilgrims from around the world. Located in Bhubaneshwar, close to the 7th century Parsurameswara-temple, the Mukteshwara-temple stands out as a masterpiece of Kalinga architecture from the 10th century. Famous for its ornately carved gateway, known as Torana, this temple marks a stylistic transition point between the early and later phases of temple architecture in the region. Dedicated to Shiva, worshipped here as Mukteshwara, the Lord of Liberation, the temple is renowned for its intricate sculptures. The sacred well, Marachi Kunt, is situated near the main entrance, accessible for rituals and known for its healing properties. This well is a central element of the complex, adding a spiritual and therapeutic dimension to the architectural ensemble. Mukteshwara is often cited by historians for its pivotal role in the evolution of Odia architectural style, showcasing innovation and adaptation through the centuries. Built in the mid-15th century, Siddheswara-temple in Bhubaneswar stands out for its relatively recent architecture, compared to other medieval temples in the area. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, the temple reflects a transitional period in Odisha's art and architecture, blending traditional motifs with stylistic innovations of the time. The Swarnajaleswara-temple is one of the oldest temples in Odisha, dating from the 7th century, according to the sign at the entrance. Dedicated to the god Shiva, It offers valuable insight into the early architecture of the Kalinga style in the region. This temple illustrates the initial phases of the development of stone temples, featuring a modest vimana, sanctuary tower, adorned with detailed carvings. The walls display floral and geometric motifs, as well as representations of deities, reflecting the art and spirituality of the time. The name Swarnajaleswara combines Swarna meaning gold, Jala meaning water, and Ishwara meaning Lord, symbolizing the spiritual wealth and purity associated with Shiva. Although less known than other monuments in Bhubaneshwar, the Swarnajaleswara-temple testifies to the religious devotion and architectural heritage of the 7th century, offering a window into the cultural history of the region. The Kotiteertheswara-temple is a remarkable example of 15th century Kalinga architecture. Dedicated to Lord Shiva, it houses a Shiva lingam that attracts numerous devotees. The name Kotiteertheswara means Lord of 10 million pilgrimage places, reflecting its immense spiritual significance. Near the sacred Bindusagar reservoir, the temple is the site of many rituals and festivals dedicated to Shiva, testifying to Odisha's rich religious and cultural tradition. At the heart of Bhubaneswar, the Bindusagar tank is a center of spirituality and daily life. Established in the 7th century by the Ganga dynasty, this reservoir not only provides water to the surrounding temples, but also serves as a community gathering spot. Here, the shores of Bindusagar echo with the prayers of pilgrims and the splashing of water as women wash their clothes, continuing traditions that strengthen bonds across generations. From the Bindusagar tank, the journey continues towards the Lingaraj temple, passing by the Davi-Patahara Pond and near the Gopaltirtha Chitrakarini, and other historic temples. These intermediate sites enrich the route with their history and architecture before reaching the Lingaraj temple, a major center of worship and medieval architecture in Bhubaneswar. In the heart of Bhubaneswar, the Lingaraj temple stands as a beacon of architectural brilliance, being the largest temple in the city, dedicated to the god Shiva. Constructed in the 11th century by the Ganga dynasty, this structure is a prime example of Kalinga-style architecture that defines the region. With its intricate carvings and imposing tower, Lingaraj temple is not only an artistic achievement, but also a crucial center of spirituality for Hindus. Access to the temple is limited to adherents of the Hindu faith, lending an air of mystery and exclusivity. The temple precinct houses over 50 smaller shrines, underscoring its role as a pivotal site for devotion and religious rituals in Bhubaneswar. The Ananda Basudeva temple is a Hindu edifice dedicated to Lord Vishnu in his form as Ananta Basudeva, meaning eternal Vasudeva or infinite Vishnu. The name derives from Ananta, meaning infinite or eternal in Sanskrit, and Vasudeva, another name for Krishna, one of Vishnu's incarnations. Built in the 13th century by the Eastern Ganga dynasty, it represents a notable example of Kalinga architecture. This temple is unique in the region, as the main Vaishnavite sanctuary among a multitude of Shaivite temples. The structures and sculptures depict scenes from Hindu epics such as the Mahabharata and the Ramayana, reflecting the artistic skill and cultural richness of the medieval period. Its historical and cultural significance testifies to the religious diversity and architectural heritage of the area. At the Ananda Basudeva temple, food occupies a central place in religious and cultural practices. Dishes such as rice, lentils, vegetables, and local desserts are prepared, according to traditional rituals. Cooking is done in earthen pots, stacked on top of each other and placed over wood fires, thus respecting ancestral methods. The cooks and carriers, called swara or mahaswara, transport the food on their heads. This practice allows for the efficient movement of large quantities of food throughout the temple, while maintaining the purity and sacred nature of the offerings. Carrying the baskets in this manner is also a sign of respect towards the blessed food and the deities. This sacred food, called Mahaprasad, is first offered to the temple deities, before being distributed to the faithful. The stalls located around the central courtyard play an essential role in this distribution. The Mahaprasad is sold at affordable prices, allowing devotees to consume it. This practice strengthens community ties and allows the faithful to fully participate in the temple's rites. It also contributes to the local economy by supporting the families involved in the preparation and sale of this sacred offering. The Rajarani temple, built in the 11th century under the Somavamsi dynasty, is a remarkable example of Kalinga architecture in Bhubaneshwar. Its name comes from the red and golden sandstone used in its construction, called Rajarani. Unlike most temples in the region, it contains no primary deity in its inner sanctum, although it is often associated with Shiva. The temple stands out for its tall shikara and its refined sculptures depicting celestial figures, everyday scenes, and mythological motifs. It symbolizes the transition towards a more elaborate architectural style, characteristic of later periods. Today, Although no longer an active place of worship, the Rajarani temple remains a valuable testament to Bhubaneswar's cultural and artistic heritage.